Shine bright like a diamond, shine bright like a diamond, shine bright like a diamond, beautiful like a diamond's in the sky. Shine bright like a diamond, shine bright like a diamond, shine bright like a diamond, beautiful like a diamond's in the sky. Menjadi mahasiswa berprestasi merupakan salah satu mimpi yang saya yakini. Tentunya untuk menggapai mimpi tersebut diperlukan suatu perjuangan yang tidaklah mudah. Laksana suatu berlian yang memerlukan suatu proses pemotongan, pemolesan, dan lain sebagainya, itulah yang selama ini saya jalani. Tantangan demi tantangan saya lakukan bukan hanya untuk mengembangkan potensi yang ada diri sendiri, tetapi untuk bisa menginspirasi rekan-rekan mahasiswa lainnya. Saya Rizki Fadli, mahasiswa berprestasi Fakultas Ekonomi 2013, siap menyandang gelar mahasiswa berprestasi. Good morning to the honorable educators. My name is Rizki Fadli, and I'm from the University of Jakarta, Faculty of Economics, majoring in Management Department. Viewers, Mr. Madam Speakers, we know that the case of corruption is somehow increasing year by year in our lovely country, Indonesia. Even though the government of Indonesia have committed several ways in order to tackle down this problem, but still, there are so many responsible people who easily take the money from the society for their own purpose. The expert defines corruption as an extraordinary crime because it promotes a lot of harms toward every sector of people's lives in a country. Being defined as an extraordinary crime, I personally believe as an author that we also need an extraordinary solution to make sure that we can solve this problem from its roots. And in my paper, I have defined that the roots of the problem is about how children nowadays, as the next generation, is lacking of awareness and understanding about what is actually happening in our status quo, which is about the real case of corruption that is happening in Indonesia. So based on that, I created a product which is called Catch the Corruptors. The game of Cage of the Corruptors is a kind of board games that take the essential ideas of Monopoly but somehow being modified in the concept of countries and exchanged the concept of countries with the concept of corruption case that is happening and happened in Indonesia. Because I personally believe that and how children nowadays are only thinking about their individual ego, but they forget about what is actually happening toward the status quo of corruption case that is happening in Indonesia, and it makes them to become unaware in this kind of corruption problem, Madam Speakers. And as you can see that in this game, the players will take a role as the member of Komisi Pemberantasan Korupsi, who is going to take the money that have been stolen by the corruptors in each case of corruption. For instance, if in a previous type of monopoly, you can see that this box is a box of Indonesia, but later on, all of the countries' box will be shifted into the case of corruption that is happening in Indonesia. So, the main purpose of this game is to make sure that first, children will be more aware with the case of corruption that is happening in Indonesia, and also children can be informed about what is actually they should do to make sure that they have the value of anti-corruption that will be implemented in their future, Madam Speakers. And about the idea of educative itself, or educational value within this game, because whenever the children, as the member of Komisi Pemberantasan Korupsi, would like to solve each problem, they are faced with a situation of investigation. And through this investigation card, later on, children will be questioned with several questions about corruption. For instance, the law and regulation related to the corruption case, and not to mention that the actors of the corruption in each special case of corruption is Madam Speakers. So, not only entertaining, but this game will be that educational for the children themselves, Madam Speakers. Because it will raise the awareness of the children, and second, it will inform the children with the real idea of an anti-corruption action implementation. Because nowadays in the current status quo, children are only taught with the value of honesty in kantin kejujuran program, for instance. This concept is somehow will not be that effective because the information is already being improved. Like we know that the real case happening there, and not to mention that nowadays children are not aware about the real case itself, as Madam Speakers. So in this game, we will solve that problem and we will increase the understanding through the real concept and implementation, and to make sure that they have a sufficient idea to be the member of Komisi Pemberantasan Korupsi that will fight the corruption case in Indonesia. And finally, we go to the final phase of my presentation. I personally believe that this game will be that useful whenever all of the stakeholders toward the children's life are taken into consideration. Like when children playing, the teacher at the very first place must provide them first with the analysis of corruption in Indonesia. So this game later on will be that catalyst setup to make sure that children understanding can be increased and evolved well. So based on that, I believe that corruption can be solved. Thank you very much for watching. Wassalamualaikum.